like to bring up the philosophical aspects of what is taking place around us. So that's what I'm going to do to bring up the rear of this particular End the Fed rally today. I want to thank each of you for being here today. I respect your courage and determination in your support of a noble cause. What I have to say today is very simple, but it is of vital importance in understanding how any great change or transmutation is accomplished, whether it be on an individual or a societal level. And that is what we are seeking to accomplish. That is what we are seeking, to change our society in a fundamental way, to deconstruct existing corporate and immoral institutions such as this one. Institutions based on mindsets of scarcity, exploitation, selfishness, greed, and above all, control. Those of us here today have inherently recognized that our society does not need such outmoded and draconian systems, but instead would be better off without them in every respect. So what's the problem? Why are they still here? The answer is simple. They are still here because the majority of people in this country and throughout the world still dwell in a specific modality of consciousness: fear. They fear what it might mean to strike out in a new direction, even if that direction will serve us much better than this one. They fear taking the personal responsibility that would come with eliminating an institution which has had such a stranglehold over our lives for so long that we have practically forgotten what it means to use our personal responsibility. It has atrophied like an unused muscle in the majority of our population. But most of all, people fear the unknown. They fear true change. Before the accomplishment of any great change may come about, either in our own personal lives or on the scale of an entire civilization, there is one essential ingredient which must be present in the psychological makeup of those wishing to create that change. This quality is one of the most unique abilities with which we are blessed as human beings. Yet, very sadly, this quality is often bred out of us at a very young age through the so-called education systems. And because we collectively place very little importance upon this quality in our present culture, the overwhelming bulk of humanity neglects to develop and hone this capability in the course of their lives. In the tradition of Freemasonry, which was so instrumental in the foundation of this country, this quality is often referred to as the stone the builders rejected, revealing to their initiates that this quality is not an integrated part of our current civilization. Ancient alchemists referred to this thing as the very key to life and death, for they knew it to be so significant that no great change or transmutation could possibly come about without it. The quality and capability of which I am speaking, the quality and capability of which I am speaking is the human imagination. It is the human imagination. Along with free will perhaps be the greatest gift with which we have been endowed by our Creator. Yet sadly, very few of us value it as such. Very often, we simply throw it away. But without the imagination, we are powerless to visualize any of the great changes that we wish to see manifested in our lives or in the world. I ask each one of you, can you really imagine a world without this morally bankrupt and corrupt institution? Can you really imagine a world without any institutions like this one? Let's take it a step further. Ask yourself if you can imagine a world without the need for money at all. A world where the human population has become enlightened enough to see that money is an illusion. It is an illusion wielded by fearful manipulators for the purpose of keeping people in lack and in scarcity and in fear-based consciousness, so that power and influence flows directly into the hands of the money manipulators. Can you imagine this scenario coming to an end? I can. I certainly can. If you cannot imagine this, I would suggest that this is our greatest obstacle. I have often said that if I want to be remembered for saying only one thing, it is this. If I want to be remembered for having said only one thing ever, it is this. Listen up. Mind control is the extermination of the imagination. For if you cannot visualize the manifestation of your desires, you can never create them. I don't have to be telepathic to know that some of you standing here today, even among those who have turned out in support of ending the Fed, may be thinking right now. So I'll close by responding to that unspoken thought with a quote from John Lennon's song, Imagine. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Someday, I hope you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Thank you.
Mark Passio, ladies and gentlemen. They left the N off his name. Passio.